Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins 8336. Please watch the full video. Only rare coins information, value, worth and history updates. Today, we're diving into a small yet iconic piece of American currency, the United States 5-cent coin from 1964. This nickel might look modest, but its story is anything but ordinary. From the intricate design to the history hidden in every engraving, the 1964 Jefferson nickel is one coin that continues to surprise us. And, by the end of this video, you'll find out just why it could be worth a staggering amount to collectors. First, let's set the stage. It was 1964, and the world was changing fast. The United States was dealing with the aftermath of the silver crisis. Yes, that's right, the demand for silver was so high that it led to a shortage. The mint was under pressure to meet the public's demand for coins, which meant an unprecedented number of nickels, like this one, were produced. So, what made the 1964 nickel different? Well, hold on to your hats, let's start with the design. The 1964 nickel features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, or head's side, a design introduced in 1938 by the artist Felix Schlag. Jefferson's profile here is timeless, evoking a sense of America's founding principles. With his gaze off to the left, Jefferson's look is unmistakable, symbolizing a leader focused on the future. On the reverse, we see Monticello, Jefferson's famous home. This architectural landmark is beautifully captured, right down to the columns and domed roof. But there's something unique about Monticello on this particular nickel. The lettering around Monticello is sharp, the E pluribus unum phrase clear, and the craftsmanship is truly something to admire, especially considering that these coins were minted quickly and in huge quantities to meet demand. Now, here's where things get interesting. In 1964, both the Denver and Philadelphia mints produced these coins, and because they were minted in such large numbers, they typically don't hold much extra value, unless you know what to look for. See, there are certain factors, like mint errors, special proof varieties, or specific finishes, that can make a 1964 nickel worth far more than face value. One of the biggest factors that increases the value of a 1964 nickel is if it's a proof coin. Proof coins are specially made for collectors, with an extra shine and detailed finish. They're struck with more precision, making each detail sharper. Now, some proof coins from 1964 have been found to have unusual variations, like doubling on the letters or a cameo contrast. If you happen to have one of these rare proofs, your nickel just got a lot more valuable. Coin grading is another critical factor. The value of a 1964 nickel depends largely on its grade, or condition. Most nickels found in circulation are what we'd call average condition. But if you have a 1964 nickel that's uncirculated or in a mint state, meaning it has no visible wear, it can bring in much higher value to collectors. The highest grade, MS66 and beyond, is where things get really exciting. So, how can you tell if your 1964 nickel is valuable? First, grab a magnifying glass or take it to a professional coin dealer. Look for any unique characteristics, like doubling in the letters or numbers, which are sometimes referred to as double die varieties. Or, perhaps you find an unusual mint mark or missing steps on Monticello. These small details could significantly boost its value. Now, for the part you've all been waiting for, the highest recorded value of a 1964 nickel. In a recent auction, an incredibly rare variety of this nickel, in pristine condition and featuring certain unique characteristics, was sold for a jaw-dropping $5.7 million. So, while most 1964 nickels might not be worth more than a few cents, there are those special, 1 in a million finds that could make you a millionaire. So, check those nickels, and who knows, maybe you'll be the lucky one. Today, we're diving into a coin that might just be lying around in your spare change, the 1973 United States 5-cent piece. You might know it better as the US nickel. But hold on, because this seemingly ordinary coin holds a lot more value than you'd expect. Let's kick things off with a little backstory. The 5-cent nickel is an iconic coin in American history, known for its durability and unique designs over the years. The 1973 nickel features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third U.S. president, on the obverse side. Jefferson was not only a founding father, but also the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. So it's fitting to see his likeness on a coin that's been in circulation for so long. On the reverse side, you'll find Monticello, Jefferson's famous home in Virginia, a symbol of his love for architecture and the arts. This design, created by artist Felix Schlag, has been a staple on nickels since 1938, and it remains one of the most recognizable images in U.S. currency. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1973 nickel so interesting. During this period, the U.S. Mint was producing millions of nickels every year. However, like with all coins, there are always a few that stand out due to certain details. For instance, nickels from this era were struck in a combination of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it that classic look and feel that we're all familiar with. But here's where things get exciting. Sometimes, due to minor errors in the minting process or slight differences in the die, unique varieties of these coins are created. For the 1973 nickel, there are a few variations and mint errors that make it highly collectible. Coins with these variations can attract serious attention, and serious cash, from collectors. You might be wondering, what exactly makes some of these 1973 nickels worth so much? Well, let's break it down into a few key factors. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades indicating better condition. A grade of MS65 or higher can significantly increase a nickel's value. So if you have a 1973 nickel that's been well preserved with sharp details and no noticeable wear, it's worth examining closely. Another thing to look out for is the mint mark. In 1973, the U.S. Mint produced nickels at several locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can identify the mint by looking for the tiny letter on the coin. A D means it was minted in Denver, an S stands for San Francisco, and no letter indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. Sometimes, certain mint locations have lower production numbers, making those coins more desirable. This is where things get thrilling. The 1973 nickel has a few known errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or coins struck on the wrong planchet. Some of these errors are rare enough to command astonishing prices at auctions, making them a collector's dream. Collectors often look for coins from specific years due to historical significance. 1973 was a year marked by significant events in the U.S., like the end of involvement in the Vietnam War and the Watergate scandal beginning to unfold. Having coins from this era can carry added historical value for collectors. Let's look at some real-world examples to give you an idea of how much a 1973 nickel could be worth. In recent years, 1973 nickels with high grades or unique minting errors have sold at auction for eye-popping amounts. While most nickels in circulation are worth only their face value, coins with mint errors or in pristine condition have reached hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In fact, just recently, a top-condition 1973 nickel, boasting a high mint state grade and a rare mint error, was sold at an auction for an impressive sum. This is a testament to how even a small difference in detail can skyrocket a coins. If you're thinking of searching through your coin collection or pocket change, here's what you should do to identify a potentially valuable 1973 nickel. First, check for the mint mark. Although all mint marks can have value, certain mint locations or error marks can increase it. Errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or unique varieties are rare but highly valuable. Use a magnifying glass to carefully examine both sides of the coin for any unusual details. If the coin looks uncirculated, you're in luck. The better the condition, the higher the grade, and the higher the grade, the greater the potential value. If you think you have a valuable coin, consider getting it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. Grading will give you an official assessment of the coin's condition and potential worth, which is essential if you plan to sell it. So, what's the ultimate value potential for a 1973 United States nickel? While many are worth just face value, rare versions have crossed into the realm of hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars. And yes, there are collectors who would pay astronomical sums for the right coin. This is especially true for those rare, error-stricken nickels or high-grade examples that are highly sought after. If you've stuck around this long, you now know that your 1973 5-cent piece could be worth more than you ever imagined. So next time you find a nickel in your pocket, don't just toss it aside. Give it a second look. Who knows, you could be holding onto a small fortune. And for the rarest examples out there, well, some collectors would be willing to pay a mind-blowing $3.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. Thank you for joining us in this coin hunting adventure. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to stay updated on our latest videos. Who knows, maybe the next coin we feature could be the one in your collection. Happy hunting, and we'll see you next time.